That's right, Las Vegas. All my sports bettors around the world, you guys are rocking with the boss of the big board, JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, waking you up early in the morning every single Saturday and Sunday at 6 and 7 a.m. on KSHP, AM 1400 here in Las Vegas. VSX Digital Sports Networks bringing you the grease, waking you up early in the morning, getting you where you want to be. Talking some college basketball today. Telling you right now, the dogs have been barking in the NCAA tournament, CBI-NIT. Going to be bringing you a lot of action also from the women's NCAA tournament. Again, we've been telling you guys we're going to be talking a lot more about the ladies and how they can put some cash in your pocket. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. Follow the show on Twitter at We Beat the Line. You can follow me also on Instagram at JB the Ticket. I know I don't post a lot of stuff, but I'm not a big social media guy. But I rock with it as best as I can. And again, you guys are rocking with me here over at Vegas Scoreboard Express. So waking you up early, talking about this Connecticut team that has really been pushing through the NCAA tournament, got here to Las Vegas, had some issues with their hotel, got kids robbing them, all kinds of stuff like that. That's not a good look for Vegas. We got to be much more gracious hosts. Got to get the thieves out of the game, man. I mean, that type of stuff makes you look bad. But again, they are a dog that's barking. Don't want to piss off a husky. So when I come back from this short commercial break, going to be talking to my main man, Ron Third Down Best Bets. He's been bringing you all the grease this NCAA tournament, telling you where the money is going to be at. But I've been telling you where the dogs are barking. So you guys are going to want to stay tuned to this Vegas Scoreboard Express coming back after this short commercial break. The dogs are barking. Are you going to be able to get the money? Vegas Scoreboard Express. You know what time it is. Let's wake up early and beat that line.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease. Basketball season is heating up, so stay in the game with Fubo TV. Get the NBA, NCAA, FIBA, and more. Get 7 days free at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Don't get cabled. Get Fubo TV.
Welcome to Hash House A Go-Go, where we've been serving farm food and crafted cocktails for over 2 decades. Visit us for the full Hash House experience at any of our 5 Las Vegas locations. Hash House A Go-Go is where old school meets new and gets twisted. We bring people together over good food and fun. Come in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and come hungry because our portions are huge. Visit us online to see our entire menu at hashhouseagogo.com. Hash House A Go-Go. It's a Midwest thing, and there's nothing else like it.
Is your dog suffering from a sensitive stomach? Hi, it's Kelly the Cookie Lady from Mooch's Munchies. Our dogs had super sensitive tummies, and I needed to find a low-fat treat that wouldn't give them gas or other issues. Most of the treats on the market were loaded with fillers, chemicals, and chicken fat. Many of them weren't even food. Well, I knew I could do better, so I developed Mooch's Munchies, and I'm happy to be able to share them with you. Stop by our store or our website, moochesmunchies.com, and find out why we say that Mooch's Munchies are totally pawsome.
Vegas Scoreboard Express, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 6 on AM 1400 KSHP North Las Vegas. Online at KSHP.com.
Keep it locked with your boy on the ones and twos. Going in on the wheels of steel.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball. That's the truth.
The cocaine in the crack. They all sound the same to me. There's a war going on outside, no man is safe from. That's how I'm living.
That's how we do it. That's just the way it is. That's the reason why I came to you.
Drink and women and money.
That's right, Las Vegas and all my sports bettors around the world. It's time to wake up and smell the money. You're rocking with the boss of the big board, JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, live here on KSHP AM 1400 in Las Vegas. The Brian Blessing Studios. Want to make sure that we never forget Brian Blessing for what he did for KSHP. Also give a shout out to my main man, Mark Hayes, over at KSHP. He's our line producer, putting everything together for us, making it happen. Again, waking you guys up early in the morning here on KSHP, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Got my main man, Ron, Third Down Best Bets, VSX Digital Sports contributor, here on the line with me to do a recap of yesterday's NCAA action. I'm telling you, yesterday the dogs were barking, cash was being made, and today to talk about it, we're going to make sure that you get the games tonight. You can watch these games live on Fubo TV. Go to FuboTV.com/JB. Again, support our sponsors. Keep this show rocking to give you guys the picks that pay. So, Ron, welcome to the show. Good morning to you. Ron, where are you? You better turn your phone on. Oh, my goodness. Don't tell me this guy is missing. Well, we'll try to dig him up in a second, but I'm going to give you guys a quick recap yesterday of the games that were going on. Rotation number 647, telling you about it right now. San Diego State, I told you guys they were a dog that was barking, putting cash in your pocket. Told you about them last week. Very, very easy to make money with them. Rotation number 647, beating the number 1 overall seed in the tournament, the Alabama Crimson Tide. They got knocked down 71-64. That was something that I was telling everybody. Money would be able to be made if you played the San Diego State Aztecs. These guys are playing way under the radar. They were plus 1,400. They covered, they were plus 14.5 with the cover, 7.5 on the line. Just a great team going to the Elite Eight. We're going to be talking more about it with Ron, Third Down Best Bets. He's got to wake up and get his phone on. Also, yesterday, another dog that was barking out of the ACC. Give him a clap where a clap is due. Making it to the Elite Eight. The Miami Hurricanes, rotation number 643, beating up on another overall number 1 seed, the Houston Cougars, going down, rotation number 644, to the Miami Hurricane, 89-75. Again, Miami was playing lights out, getting rebounds, playing at a top level. Very, very dangerous team, possible Final Four team. Taking a look at it. Unfortunately, yesterday, though, it was a tough one for my Princeton Tigers. Rotation number 649 going down and losing to Creighton. Rotation number 650. These guys were kind of overmatched. Couldn't quite get the game where I wanted it to go. And the next thing I end up seeing, these guys were close, 6, 7, 8, but end up losing 75-86 to Creighton. Creighton is a team that's playing a lot better than I thought. I told you I've been watching them throughout the season. They've been playing with a lot of pizzazz, if you will. Defense, rebounding. That guy, Jack Nungy, he'll probably be a top 20 pick in the NBA. He's got the height. He's got some skills. Pretty decent jump shot. Picked it up in the postseason. And then yesterday, not much of a shocker, but Ron, Third Down Best Bets will tell you all about him. The Texas Longhorns bringing home the grease, putting the cash in your pocket. Rotation number 646, beating up on the Xavier Musketeers. Rotation number 645, 83-71. So the Texas Longhorns, number 2 seed, highest seed left in the NCAA tournament. Will they be able to get to the Final Four? So I'm telling you right now, you guys are going to want to stay tuned and keep it locked. I'm going to find Ron, Third Down Best Bets, to make sure that he's going to be able to tell you where the dogs are barking today. So again, stay tuned. Follow me on Twitter at We Beat the Line. Follow the show on Instagram at JB the Ticket. And of course, go to my website for the daily deals. Support our sponsors. Keep that rock and roll going. I'm telling you, we got the best deals at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. And of course, KSHP.com to tune in live every Saturday and Sunday morning, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. here on KSHP. So when I get back, I got my man Ron going to break it down for you. Got to make sure that he's up early in the morning as well to get this money. So you guys know what to do. Grab your bankroll, hit the window. Let's beat the line. You're rocking with the boss of the big board, JB the Ticket. Let's get that money.
You're listening to the boss of the big board, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express, giving you that grease.
World Premium CBD offers full and broad spectrum CBD oil, extracts, and capsules which are designed to help you feel your best. Their products are sourced from the best organic hemp and natural ingredients on the market and are tested for quality, purity, and potency. They have a full range of items from health and wellness to beauty to pets. Call 725-205-9223. Visit online at zinworld.com or stop by their location at 9895 South Maryland Parkway and Silverado Ranch Parkway. Mention KSHP for 10% off in store or use code KSHP online for 15% off.
Basketball season is heating up, so stay in the game with Fubo TV. Get the NBA, NCAA, FIBA, and more. Get 7 days free at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Don't get cabled. Get Fubo TV.
Yo, you in the mix. World's finest, man.
And I had to come to him.
The DJ keeping the party going. The DJ keeping the party going all night long. You're listening to the boss of the big four, JBTHETICKET. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that. When I'm getting better,
That's what I'm talking about. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, waking you up early in the morning. KSHP AM 1400, giving you the grease, telling you where the money is going to be at. Ron, third down, best bets. Are you on the line this time, Ron? How you doing?
You doing?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. I can finally hear you. What's going on? Take that phone off of mute.
All the static down here in the South LA.
Oh, man, they always said it never rains in Southern California. Somebody lied to you. Still cold out here in Las Vegas. Again, you guys are listening to JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Follow the show on Twitter at We Beat the Line. Follow me on Instagram at JB the Ticket. Sign up for those daily deals on my website over at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. That's going to be where you can save some money and get some great deals. We got stuff from our folks over at Quickly. Great Indian food delivered right to your house. We've also got great glasses. If you need to be able to see those rotation numbers on the screen, check out our deal of the month from Phi2 Optical. These guys are going to be hooking you up. Men, female, children, doesn't matter. Whatever type of glasses, frames you need, we got them, and they're going to be good. So again, talking this college basketball NCAA tournament yesterday, Ron, 2 dogs went in, 2 dogs went out, but it was a great day for college basketball. These guys were playing hard, man. I've seen some better basketball over the last couple of weeks in the tournament, and it sucks because, you know, we missed out on these great underdogs, Florida Atlantic. You know, we didn't make any money with them. Missed out on the Miami Hurricanes because the regular season is just so, you know, dry. These guys are shooting threes. They're playing, you know, kind of a brand of basketball to keep them somewhat tournament eligible, and then things pick up more towards the conference tournament. But going into what we saw yesterday, 2 overall number 1 seeds going down, the Alabama Crimson Tide losing to San Diego State and the Houston Cougars losing to Miami. Do you think that seeding at this point in the NCAA tournament is as important as it has been in the past? Because we saw in the first round, FDU was able to pull out that huge money line dog, beating number 1 seed Purdue. So at this point in college basketball, with the parity we see, the transfer portal, I'm also going to give you guys some update news on some rule changes to the transfer portal with the situation with the NIL. I told you the NCAA would find a way to crack down. But Ron, back to that original question. Do you think that seeding matters anymore? Go ahead.
Not really. I mean, like we said, the regular season is so porous now that teams show up one game, they play the same conference opponent 3 weeks later, and they lose by 40. I mean, it's just the regular season is so watered down now that you really, in my opinion, can't use it to judge anything. I think you have to use your eyeballs. I really do. That's the best way right now is just watch the games and see the teams that really play.
Well, I'm telling you right now, to see what happened to the Alabama Crimson Tide yesterday, we know they've had some scandal. A lot of people were pulling for them to lose because of that scandal and the situation that happened. Unfortunately, somebody ended up losing their life. One of their players was somehow involved, some of the team members. But when you talk about it from this year's perspective in college basketball, don't you think this tournament went by a little quick? I mean, it is a very, very long season, if you will, for college basketball. These guys are playing 35, 40 games close to by the end of the season if they make it to the championship. So do you think that going forward, we're going to see a lot more teams focus on trying to win a conference championship or just make it into the tournament? Because, again, FDU, Florida Atlantic, again, going to the Elite Eight. And then with Princeton going to the Sweet 16, Creighton going to the Elite Eight. We're seeing a lot more mid-majors step up and beat some of these top teams. So going into the regular season, do you think it would be better for college basketball and college basketball fans to see some of these schools start scheduling top-level opponents not just in these early, fall tournaments, if you will, but top-level opponents throughout the season, kind of like college football does, to kind of generate more interest and really gauge where these teams are going from. Because, again, to see a team like Florida Atlantic play in the conference that they do, who would have expected them to come into the NCAA tournament and start winning out the way they have? Go ahead.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think the lack of talent that we're seeing, I think a lot of these kids are going to mid-majors. We're seeing that. I mean, they've had some good mid-major teams this year in this tournament. I mean, they are good basketball teams. I mean, some of these teams are really lucky to get by them, from what I've seen.
Right.
I mean, you were right. I don't know if I call Princeton a mid-major team, but you were right on them. That was a good basketball team. That was a really good basketball team.
Really good, and that's what I was saying. A lot of it goes to coaching. Unfortunately, we're still seeing a dearth of information about these players. I mean, you can tell here in Las Vegas. Shout out Julian Strother. That guy hit a bomb 3 to put Gonzaga in the Elite Eight today. They're going to be going up against a pretty pissed off. Let me see who they're going up against today. I think they're going up against UConn, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, yeah, pretty pissed off UConn team. A lot of bad stuff going on with UConn. These guys got out here, got to their hotel, said they found vomit in the room. Everything was dirty. They had to go to a different hotel, but they have been blowing up the bracket, pushing through. I didn't really think I would see a lot from UConn, but UConn has proven their mettle in this tournament. A number 4 seed going up against a number 3 seed today. Gonzaga, rotation number 654, 2.5 on the plus side for Gonzaga. They are a dog, but I would consider them a home dog today. This barking again, Julian Strother hit that 3-pointer. Shout out to him again. Las Vegas High School, Liberty High School alum. He's a Las Vegas high school basketball player from Liberty High School. Just want to make sure that's clear. Didn't play for LV High. But again, this kid is playing with a lot of heart. I think he could be a top 25 pick in the NBA draft if he was to choose to come out, because to make a shot like that, under pressure, game on the line, season on the line, this guy pulls up from Steph Curry range from, remember back in the day, Marv Albert from downtown. That's where he pulled up from, and he knocked it down to push UCLA out. But again, we want to give a shout out and a little bit of grease over to my main man, Amari Bailey, because he put some ice in his veins, hitting that John Paxson 3 from the wing to give them the lead, but unfortunately just didn't hold up for him. I mean, that UCLA defense, and again, the mettle and strength of Mark Few and the way he's able to motivate his players to step up in big-time moments like that. You know, you got that guy, Timmy. He's been around for about 350 years. I mean, he's one of the last guys who are absolutely milking his college career. He's like, I'm going to get a doctorate. I'm getting everything out of this school if I personally can. But, top 30 pick in my opinion in the NBA draft. He kind of reminds me of Cherokee Parks. I don't know if you guys remember Cherokee Parks, that old Duke player played under Mike Krzyzewski, but that's who he reminds me of. He's really shifty around the basket, got some good post moves, which we really don't see a lot in college basketball or any basketball that much anymore to say that. But going into today's game, rotation number 654, the Gonzaga Bulldogs. This is a battle of the dogs going up against Connecticut, the UConn Huskies, rotation number 653. I like UConn to make this game a battle because they've come to Vegas. They've had a terrible experience here in Vegas. They played through that, okay? When you can't get the right amount of sleep, and then you got to go over to practice, and these jackaloons are out here stealing stuff. Guys got to stop stealing. You know, you got some corporations out here to let that stuff happen too, but I'm not going to get into it. They know it's coming. But I'm telling you right now, UConn minus 2.5, Gonzaga plus 2.5, talking about that money line. Do you think Gonzaga can pick that up today? Plus 125. They have been playing with a lot of heart, complete basketball, because in that UCLA game, they were down a little bit, but they came back and won it at the end. Do you think that UConn stops today? Go ahead.
I do. I think Gonzaga showed that the key is their experience. That they are very experienced. They have a lot more tournament experience than UConn, and I do think UConn's going to end their run today. But I do think it'll be a close game. I think Gonzaga's going to win it probably in the last possession. Actually, I think it's going to be a really tight game. Should be a really good game.
Well, now you're talking about the total right now. If you're talking about a tight game, plus and minus 2.5, Gonzaga on the plus side, plus 125, Connecticut minus 145, a decent price for them if you like them on the money line. But I'm talking about it today from a perspective of the total. 154. Do you think that each of these teams can possibly get over 80 points? Because they need to get to 160 to make this happen. So do you think this is going to be like an 85-80 type game? Are they going to be tired? Are they going to play defense? Because the up-tempo pace of Connecticut could be a problem for Gonzaga, but Gonzaga's got a few ballers, man. Again, I don't really know the kid's name, but they got this little point guard. He's a baller. He plays hard, gets a lot of jump shots, really is a slasher getting into the middle of the paint, where I tell you guys all the time, that's where the money's made. Foul line extended right in the middle of the paint, quick pull up. You'll get a quick 20 points. So I'm not going to count out UConn today, because they do also have an excellent coach. And what's that guy's name? He's Hurley. Is that Dan Hurley?
Is it Bobby Hurley or Dan?
No. This Dan Hurley. Bobby Hurley got beat early. His dog wasn't barking. These guys got beat early in the tournament. But this particular game, I really have it circled on my calendar because, again, Julian Strouder, again, shout out to that young man. Been through some adversity in his life. Again, if college basketball, mainstream media did more player profiles, I think his would be a story, one shining moment story, if you will, that would be excellent to highlight. I know he had some issues growing up without his parents, similar to my little niece and nephews after my brother passed. So, again, I always shout out any of these kids. And guess what? Him and my nephew share a nickname, Julian. There you go. So, nothing but love for that kid. Let's move into the early game today, Ron. Talking about this a little bit. Men's NCAA basketball. Watch these games on Fubo TV. Go to FuboTV.com/JB. I'm hooking you guys up with 15% off and an extra 7 days absolutely free. So you're going to be able to save some money to watch these games all the way out to the Final Four. Rotation number 651, the Florida Atlantic Owls. Hoot, hoot, the Owls are watching you. Going up against 652, the Kansas State Wildcats, another team that has really shocked a lot of people in this particular tournament. The Wildcats are playing lights out. These guys are absolutely ballers. And when you look at their coach, real gangster. Loving what he was talking about. You guys saw that on my Instagram stories. I was telling you, look, they didn't have enough dudes. We got dudes. So when you see that a team like Florida Atlantic with that same mentality, like, hey, look, we got dudes, we're proving what we're doing. They kind of remind me of that team that went to the Final Four years ago in George Mason back in the early 2000s. Rotation number 651. They're getting a lot of grease here on the line. Only a +2 margin, +115 on the money line. Kansas State -2. If you had to go with one of these games today, who do you like? Go ahead.
Yeah, Florida Atlanta, they're pretty tough. They look, they got some dudes all right. I'd stick it with the Owls.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. My main man, Ron, third down, best bets when I get back. Going to be jumping into some ladies NCAA basketball, talking about what they were doing. Had a couple of controversial issues, though. A couple of fights. Cops got involved. What the heck is going on with that, man? Not a fan of it, but let's talk about making a little bit of money when we get back. More with Ron, third down, best bets, JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Hope you enjoy listening every single Saturday and Sunday morning, 6 and 7 a.m. Going to be bringing you the grease. Also coming up for this football season, going to be coming on during the daytime for you, making sure that you keep that cash flow going. So a lot of specials on my Vegas Scoreboard Express.com website. You guys are going to want to go check that out. Got video games. Madden 2023 is here. Got all of that. You can learn some real estate investing with Realty Mogul. And, of course, get more cloud storage with Live Drive. We got our plan starting in terabytes. That means you guys can pretty much save all of the information that you have from your phones, your computers, and everything like that. So, Ron, any shout-outs before I get off here and do a little bit of commercial break, pay some of these bills for the station, and we will get it going. You know what time it is. Time to grab that bankroll and beat the line. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got two quickies, but I got one, our super fan, Kayla. And second, my good friend, and he's a supporter of the show, knows you, JD, says he knows you. His name is Darrell from Tea Factory in Fort Wayne, California.
That's what I'm talking about. California, West Coast Toast. You know what time it is. Wake up early in the morning. Get your coffee started. You're rocking with the boss of the big board, JB the Ticket. When I get back, more of my main man, Ron, third down, best bets. Grab a pen and paper. We're giving you the rotation numbers to put that cash in your pocket. Get up early. Let's get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball. JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
Vegas Scoreboard Express, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 6 on AM 1400 KSHP North Las Vegas. Online at KSHP.com.
Locally owned and operated, come on down to Academy of Hair Design located at 5191 West Charleston Boulevard, number 150 today to begin your career in cosmetology. There is something for everyone from cosmetology to nail technology. You will be able to have the hands-on training that is needed to succeed in this career field. Call 702-878-1185 or visit www.ahdvegas.com today.
Basketball season is heating up, so stay in the game with Fubo TV. Get the NBA, NCAA, FIBA, and more. Get 7 days free at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Don't get cabled. Get Fubo TV.
Fire more heat.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JBTHETICKET. Giving you that great Vegas Scoreboard Express. Always spitting that explosive fire.
That's right. JB, the Ticket Vegas Scoreboard Express. We're back on the line with you, waking you up early in the morning, giving you that grease to put the cash in your pocket. Shout out to my producers, to Passion, High Five, Freak Fan, Workup, waking you up early in the morning with those beats to put your bump in your trunk. And you can fill up your pockets with the information we're giving you. Main man Ron, Third Down Best Bets. Follow him on Instagram at RaiderHawk1. Go to my website, and you can click on his profile at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Ron, welcome back on the line with me.
Welcome, sir.
All right. Don't scare me like that, man. I thought your phone had a little Googleator on it again. We know we don't like that. KSHP AM 1400.
Sipping the coffee.
There you go. Sipping the coffee. Got to get that coffee going. Again, waking you up early in the morning. KSHP AM 1400, VSX Digital Sports Networks, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Talking about the ladies right now, hooking you guys up with all that you want to learn about these college basketball ladies. A lot of dollars can be made right now. But again, unfortunately, these guys have got those 6-number rotation numbers. So let's jump right into it. Rotation number 306509. These are rotation numbers I am giving you from BetUS.com. Again, go to VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Click that live BetUS link under the Fubo TV link. Watch the game, bet the game, pay for Fubo TV. You can't beat it, and I'm giving you 7 days free on the Fubo, and I'm giving you a 125% bonus on your initial deposit over at BetUS. So Notre Dame women, rotation number 306509, +5, +160 on the money line, going up against these Maryland ladies, rotation number 306510, -5, -220. Total is 137.5. What say ye, Ron? Where do you think we can dig up some money on these ladies? Go ahead.
This is a tough one. These teams are really evenly matched. I mean, my gut's telling me go with Maryland, but this is a tough one. Notre Dame's a good basketball team, but I run with Maryland, and I'm thinking over.
All right. He says Maryland in the over. So let's take a little bit of time to look at this line. Now, the Maryland Terrapin women really representing well. Okay, they've got some really good players. They've been playing hard over the last couple of weeks, but they're in a dog position. Now, we know that the ladies tend to come out and they play very, very strong. We know we got South Carolina in there, LSU. You know, these guys had an opportunity to get it done. They were able to pull out at the end of the game. So do you think it's a value for dog bettors here, not just alumni bettors who think they can maybe make some money in this game? Because I'm looking at it from my perspective and I'm saying, well, look, after what I saw LSU do, and these ladies over in Maryland play a very, very similar offensive style of game, I don't think that Notre Dame is going to be able to dominate them as we've seen in the past. But go ahead.
Yeah, the SEC ladies this year, they are really battle-tested. We're seeing it right now. Their teams are solid. I mean, look at Ole Miss going in. You were right on that one. They went in there and beat Stanford.
Tried to tell you, man, that dog was barking. You know I'm waking you up. You know I'm waking you up. I'm telling you, man, you got SEC teams lurking around. It's going to be a tough one for the Notre Dame women. I'm telling you that +5. If you're scared, bet them in the points. But if you want to make some money, go ahead and go with those Maryland women. They play a very, very tough game of basketball. Kind of expensive on that money line at -220. But I like the -5. I think they're going to be able to pull it out. Notre Dame is a tough team, though. So if you like the dogs, we've seen them kind of not show up sometimes. They got great rebounding, but that outside shooting really needs to improve. That's why they're +5 on the line today. Moving down to another team. Shocking. Huge spread. Rotation number 306-511. The UCLA women +17, +1175. Huge dog barking. Huge dog barking. I'm telling you right now, in the ladies basketball today, UCLA women, unfortunately, they're going up against Dawn Staley and the South Carolina women. These ladies are playing hard basketball. South Carolina Gamecocks, rotation number 306-512, -17.5, -2,500. Where do you see this going? Is Dawn Staley and these Carolina Gamecocks, Lady Cocks, if you will. I mean, it's kind of funny. You can laugh at that. But it is what it is. You think these Lady Cocks are going to be able to win a little bit of money today for you? I mean, it's -17.5, big spread. If you got to take a money line, it's a big spread. UCLA women, can they get inside of that? Go ahead.
Yeah, UCLA, I think they'll be heading to LAX first off, and I think they will beat that spread. They're not gonna blow them out that bad. UCLA is a tough team.
Yeah, UCLA is a tough team. I think they're a team that is barking today. We've seen a lot of big spreads get inside today. If they beat the South Carolina women today in that regional final out in Greenville, South Carolina, again, it's kind of a home game for them, so you got to be careful. I think South Carolina is going to play tough. I think they're going to win it, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout. So, like I said before, a lot of income can be made in the women's college basketball. And again, you guys can get the rest of these games by going over to FuboTV.com/JB, watching them live. Also, get over to my website at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. I'm giving you the hookup to sign up for that casino. So when I come back from this short commercial break, Ron, we're going to be talking about the NIL. We're going to be talking about the NCAA, still trying to put the clamps on the student athlete, changing that transfer portal rule. It's not fair to the kids, but if you will, some of them could be millionaires and try to get into the pros. But I think it's another situation where the NCAA is doing more to hurt college basketball than to help college basketball. So again, want to give a shout out to our listener. I think she's sitting there with you, Kayla Trader. See if she wants to jump on the line and say a little something. I know that she was listening to the show. She sent our team some Instagram stuff. We want to appreciate her for listening. She's sitting there with you right now.
She is, bro. She just ran in the restroom.
Oh, man, you had to tell him that. Oh, no. She's going to hear this and be like, Ron, the hell? Well, it is what it is, man. The Lady Cocks are on the board today. South Carolina, that is. The Lady Gamecocks are going to be playing down in Greenville, going up against those young ladies from, oh my God, I just had it up on the screen. Come on, pull it up. UCLA. So UCLA ladies, Bruins versus Gamecocks. Sometimes Bears can eat chickens. It's a value, though, plus 11.75 if you want to take a dog ticket. Take that over at BetUS when I get back from this short commercial break. More with Ron, talking this NIL, talking the transfer portal, talking some more college basketball. It's March Madness season, people. You know what time it is. Wake up early in the morning here on KSHP every Saturday and Sunday with JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. We're getting money.
You're listening to the boss of the big four, JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, giving you that grease. Basketball season is heating up, so stay in the game with Fubo TV. Get the NBA, NCAA, FIBA, and more. Get 7 days free at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Don't get cabled. Get Fubo TV.
The London Bridge Resort in Lake Havasu is the perfect place to vacation in style. Their beautifully designed suites include stunning views, a kitchenette, and free Wi-Fi. The well-reviewed and affordable resort has tons of amenities, including a breakfast buffet, kids camp, a 9-hole golf course, 3 pools, a marina, boat tours, a water slide, and a great nightlife scene. London Bridge Resort is centrally located in Lake Havasu City, Arizona. Go to londonbridgeresort.com to plan your getaway today. London Bridge Resort, your Arizona oasis destination.
Vegas Scoreboard Express, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 6 on AM 1400 KSHP North Las Vegas. Online at KSHP.com.
You're tuned into the VSX Digital Sports Network.
More fire, more heat.
This next is lit.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball.
That's right, Las Vegas. All my sports bettors around the world rocking with the boss of the big board, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express, live at the VSX Digital Port Studios here at KSHP, AM 1400 in Las Vegas. Waking you guys up early in the morning to give you this college basketball grease with my main man, Ron, third down best bets. Ron, you're still on the line with me. How you doing?
I'm here, sir. I'm great. How you doing?
Doing pretty good, man. We have been doing a lot for this college basketball season. And again, you guys can watch these games on Fubo TV, FuboTV.com/JB. Click it. You'll see my name. Take the deal. 15% off, 7 days free with an additional 7 days free if you need it. So really quick, let's touch on this NCAA transfer portal, because we know that as teams are losing in the tournament, coaches are jumping ship. You just saw Rick Pitino leave Iona and go to St. John's. You just saw that guy go over to, my goodness, he was just coaching. I was just reading it this morning, but the new Georgetown coach, he left his former post. But the NCAA,
he was at Providence.
Yes, Cooley.
Ed Cooley.
Yep, Ed Cooley went to was Providence, now moved over to Georgetown. So they just opened up a new rule, and basically it states that the NCAA transfer portal, to just jump through all the hoops, unless it's a mental health issue, and I think they're kind of making light of this. A kid can't transfer now without a second time. A kid can't transfer a second time without having to sit out an additional season. So they're kind of bringing that back in. And I know in the NIL era, that kind of cuts down on the kid's ability to earn money and do the things that they can for their name, image, and likeness, especially if they're going to be a year behind. And with the grind and the way the meat market of college basketball is now, it's kind of set in stone. It shuffles around. The one and done and the transfer portal shuffle. Now the NCAA is taking action, I guess, against the transfers, but it really hurts the student athlete in this point because, again, I got this from 247sports.com. You guys can check out the article if you search it. It's just another thing that the NCAA is trying to do, I guess, to trying to bring some of those jobs back. All those money investigators got fired because there was no use for them anymore with these kids being able to make money, so they got dropped. But now the NCAA is coming back saying that, hey, you guys can't transfer unless there's a mental health problem, which I think is a very, very tough rule because mental health is a serious thing. And you're basically saying to the kids, in general layman's terms, hey, if you ain't crazy, you can't transfer. Now, that's absolute nonsense. Talk to me about this, Ron. Does the NCAA really need to just kind of become more of like a sports league, kind of like the NBA, the NFL? Because they are set up the same way. They're supposed to be this big nonprofit group that oversees the integrity and whatnot of college basketball, but really it was like college basketball police over the last 20-some years talking about this money in the game, death penalties for teams that the players pick up a couple of sandwiches or a suit or something like that. But to come in and start messing with this transfer portal, the transfer portal is kind of Darwinian. If you transfer or enter your name in the portal and don't get picked, could be career over. Or you can start seeing the success of the college basketball teams that we've seen here in the tournament over the last couple of weeks. A lot of these kids are playing for teams that they did not start off with. And the transfer portal has been valuable for kids since all that COVID nonsense because they couldn't play that season. And you had some kids kind of fall through the cracks. But again, Ron, your thoughts on this, because if the NCAA is going to start messing with the transfer portal, you know what that's going to start affecting the NBA draft and the professional draft, because kids are going to start to see that, hey, if my coach just left, he recruited me, sold me a bill of goods. Now he just moved down to 95 or went on the 40 and went cross country or something like that. Where does that leave me with the new coaching staff? Because we've seen it a lot in college basketball over the last couple of years. Some of these coaches are taking in players. And we've also seen some college basketball coaches fall flat on their face when they do transfer. Because when you talk about the guy that was coaching Butler after Brad Stevens went away, Coach Mack, he went over to Louisville and he stunk up the place and they ran him out of there pretty quick. So it was just like, no hope. So when you talk about it from that perspective, Ron, go ahead. NCAA, do we still need them? Is this a bad rule? What's your take?
I actually like the rule. I don't like how they worded it. They should not have used mental health as the reason. I think they should have made it like a financial hardship / career hardship, where if there's a coaching change and you need to go. They should have worded it differently, but they do need to put a saddle on that because you got kids that go to 3-4 different schools. That's kind of a joke, actually. It really is. It's not good for the sport. It's not good for the sport, and we're seeing the product.
Well, Ron, we do disagree on that, and that's one of the reasons why I like when you come on the show. I think it's a situation where the NCAA is trying to curb the kids making money. I mean, I think that the transfer portal is a Darwinian system. Does it hurt college basketball tremendously from a fan standpoint? Yes, because we can't follow the kids. We don't know their story. It's kind of the free agency in college basketball. But isn't that really where we are now? If these kids can go out and make money, let's take a look at those two ladies from Miami, the Miami women. Again, talking a little bit more college basketball from the Miami side. Those Miami ladies, the Cavender twins, okay? These ladies are coming out, making a couple $1 million, influencers online and what have you. And, they're not having a problem with it. But when you talk about from the men's basketball standpoint, I mean, I literally see it every time I watch these games. Every single time I watch these games, you'll see the kids go to the free throw line, which is normally when every kid had a chance to shine. Remember every NBA kid, a lot of college kids, they had these ways to say hi, mom. Remember, what was it? Jeff Hornacek used to rub his face to say hi to his kids. Remember that crap? But the point I'm making is they used to put the stats, the game stats of the kid under his likeness at the free throw line. And what I have seen throughout the tournament and again throughout the season, it's now team stats or something about the coach or something about a game stat that's kind of irrelevant. Of course, no betting information. Of course, these guys don't know how to do anything on that particular situation. But they're just not giving these young kids, especially the young men who were the catalyst for all this NIL stuff. They were the catalyst for it. You're taking inner city kids from, backgrounds that may not have had a lot of money or a lot of economic standing. Give them a couple sneakers, put a few grand in their hand and say, look, I'll see you in the fall. It went on for 50 years. College basketball made a ton of money. They sold jerseys, T-shirts, memorabilia. And remember what I told you. As soon as these kids could get paid, you don't see the jerseys anymore. You don't see the hats. Every single thing that you see for these kids now is team-oriented, team shirts, team hats. So from my perspective, again, I always thought the schools should pay. But if you're talking about a third-party company coming in and giving a kid an NIL deal, this is where it becomes a problem. Like I said before in our NIL show, you're a UCLA kid. Now your conference is switching to the Big Ten, but you got 2 NIL deals with Southern California car dealerships. Now your coach transfers somewhere else in the Big Ten, and you're stuck with this new coach who, again, could be one of those ego coaches. Don't like the fact that you're making money. Don't like the fact that you're getting bread like he is. And is not going to put you on the floor to make any stats, get any highlights, or any of those things, which are now coming much, much harder by the way for these college basketball players. So in my opinion, it's a tough situation for NIL deal makers now, because one of the things with the NIL that people weren't talking about was the transfer portal. If you have a kid who is in a university uniform, and I think the universities kind of restrict what they can do as far as taking pictures in the actual university's logos and uniforms, which again, I think is a crock, because all of this started from the schools and the conferences making a ton of money off of these kids, their likeness, their highlights. You don't see it. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, how many flashback highlights have you seen during the tournament? You know, these guys like to talk about team history and all that stuff, the different players that came through the different programs. How much of that have you seen, Ron? Not very much. And when you tell a kid that if he transfers, he's got to sit out a year, that kid is finished. Not only is he not going to get any press, but there's not going to be anybody there holding his hand when this whole thing blows up in his face. If he has an NIL deal, some companies I've already been hearing about the clawback. Guys, if you guys don't know what a clawback is in business, it means we gave you money for something certain. We're not going to sue you, but we'd like to get that bread back just so we don't have to. Vegas Scoreboard Express, Ron, third down, best bets, here on the line with me. Ron, let me get some more of your thoughts on this thing, man, because I know that from a college basketball standpoint, a lot of people are saying that we need to rein in the transfer portal, but it is kind of a new day. And from watching and getting some of the stories of some of these kids who have been playing over the last couple of years and looking at the coaching carousel, coaches are still making millions. These kids now are making less and getting less offers than they did before it was under the table, because we all know we like a little bit of grease. We like a little bit of dirt, a little bit of scandal. So some of these schools were kind of cool with that. But now that it's on the up and up, you don't hear any announcements about it. You don't see any kids who are actually making money with this thing, but you still see coaches lose and jump ship 2 days later. I think that you got to start putting the players on the same footing as the coaches in college basketball, because, again, this new era of paying the players, possibly, we heard more about the scandal and kids getting suits and $25 under the table than we hear about kids possibly getting a $25,000 deal from some random school. We know the Popeyes kid, he played D2. He's got a D2 scholarship. He's got some chicken. But go ahead, Ron. I'll take this short commercial break and we'll get out of here. Go ahead.
Yeah, I like the transfer portal. I don't like the multiple transfer portal where these kids are transferring 2 and 3 times. So I do like that they're going to rein that down. I do think they do need to get paid. I'm not trying to rain on that parade. But these 3-4 time transfers, that's got to stop. That's bad for the kids. It's bad for the game.
Well, I'm telling you right now, the way the game is played and the way these coaches are doing it, coaches are doing the same thing, Ron. And these coaches have been getting over on kids. Name me another job. These coaches, I'm going to finish my statement. They've been getting over on these kids for 100 years. Name me another job where you can sit and yell at someone else's kid and get millions of dollars for it. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. When I get back from this short commercial break, more with my main man Ron, third down, best bets, and we're going to get you out of here and send you over to the book with the picks that pay. So you know what time it is. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. If you have any thoughts on this, go meet me on Twitter. Tell me what you think at We Beat the Line, or on Instagram at JB the Ticket. Follow me and tell me, this NIL, this transfer portal, the NCAA needs to just go ahead and make itself a professional league. More when I get back. Get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JBTHETICKET. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
Vegas Scoreboard Express, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 6 on AM 1400 KSHP North Las Vegas. Online at KSHP.com.
Basketball season is heating up, so stay in the game with Fubo TV. Get the NBA, NCAA, FIBA, and more. Get 7 days free at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Don't get cabled. Get Fubo TV.
Hungry for the best barbecue in Las Vegas? Come out to the infamous barbecue and meat market, John Mole's Meats and Roadkill Grill in Las Vegas. John Mole's was featured on the Food Network's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Now take home delicious meat selections for your grill, and while you're there, grab a bite of the best barbecue in Las Vegas. With 2 locations now at Tom and Gowan or on North Decatur, you're sure to find the perfect meats for your next barbecue or party. Find us online at johnmolemeats.com.
You're tuned into the BSX Digital Sports Network. You're listening to the boss of the big bar.
If you have money, you can buy anything.
JBTHETICKET.
More fire, more heat.
Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
That's what I'm talking about. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Shout out to my producers, Freak Van Workham, and the Passion Hi-Fi, putting this grease together for you with those beats that you can bump in your truck early in the morning for this sports betting information. Again, KSHP AM 1400 every Saturday and Sunday morning, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. You can also catch the replays on my website, VegasScoreboardExpress.com. So we're finishing out the show today with my main man, Ron, Third Down Best Bets. Ron, let's get into it. Let's talk about some of the plays that pay today, and then we're going to be getting up out of here again. You guys can watch these games on Fubo TV. Go to FuboTV.com/JB. I'm hooking you guys up. 7 days free, 15% off. Don't get cable to get Fubo TV, or go to the book and bet. Make some money, but do something involved with this show because we want to make sure you guys are keeping getting the money. So again, Ron, let's talk about it. Final picks of the day. Rotation number 651. This game is coming on 6:09 Pacific time. Florida Atlantic, the Cinderella of this season's NCAA tournament, +2 going up against the boys, the dudes of this NCAA tournament. Rotation number 652, the Kansas State Wildcats, -135. Florida Atlantic +115 on the money line. The total is 144. What say ye, Ron? Where's the money to be made today? Go ahead.
Man, these are good games. These are going to be tough, but I'm going to go with the dudes.
Kansas State. Kansas State. I'm telling you, Ron is telling you, go with Kansas State. The dudes, I like their coach too, man. He's got a lot of swag, but the Florida Atlantic guys, what we were able to see them do to an SEC team in Tennessee, we know they can play with the big conferences and play with the big boys, but +115 might not be too valuable to put money in your pocket. But again, if you like it, go with that dog. Moving into the second game tonight. This is the game that I'm all over. Rotation number 653. The UConn Huskies getting treated like dogs out here in Vegas. Terrible hotel rooms, getting robbed. Again, you guys got to do better. We're a city of hosts and sports now. You cannot let all that craziness happen. But these guys are going to be playing poise today. -2.5, -145 on the money line. Over and under is 154 going against basically another hometown team. This is a dog that's barking. The Gonzaga Bulldogs. Rotation number 654. They got Drew Timme. They got Julian Strother. These guys are putting it together. Who do you think is going to win it out today? +125 for Gonzaga or -2.5 for Connecticut? Go ahead.
Man, that's a tough one too. But I got to go with Gonzaga with that experience. This is the time of the tournament where that experienced team, they just step it up and they play very, what's the word? Not nervous. I mean, they just when they get their backs against the wall, you see Gonzaga, they step up. So I'm going for Gonzaga.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. Now jumping over to the ladies right now. Again, Vegas Scoreboard Express, JB the Ticket, getting ready to get up out of here for the games today. Rotation number. You can get these games on BetUS.com as well. Go over to VegasScoreboardExpress.com and click those for me. The Notre Dame women going up against the Maryland women. Notre Dame rotation number is a 6-digit, 306-509, +5, +160 on the money line. You like Notre Dame. They're tough. Over and under is 137.5. I like Maryland in that game. Rotation number 306-510, -5. I do like the spread in that game. What say you, Ron? And then we'll get to this last ladies game and get up out of here.
It's Terrapin time today. I'm with Maryland too.
Fear the turtle. And then going into the second game, the big spread of the day, UCLA +17.5. Rotation number 306-511. The UCLA women +1175. Total is 127.5 going against those South Carolina Ladycocks. I'm telling you right now, -17.5, -2,500. Total 127.5. Who do you think gets that money? And then we get up out of here, Ron. Thank you so much for stopping by the big board today. And Kayla and all you guys out there listening, all my friends listening around the world, all the fans around the world, thank you so much for listening. Who do you like in that UCLA versus South Carolina? Go ahead.
The Ladycocks.
That's what I'm talking about. Vegas Scoreboard Express, waking you up early in the morning. My main man, Ron, Third Down Best Bet. So you guys know what to do. Time to grab your bankroll, hit the window, and beat the line every single weekend, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Waking you up tomorrow with more college basketball, more women's NCAA basketball, and more sports talk that matters. You guys know what to do. Wake up in the morning, grab that bankroll, and beat the line with your main man, JB the Ticket.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket.